particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Sponsored by SAMHSA and Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Welcome back. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary are with you today. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Going great. How are you doing?
Good. How was the weekend?
Long and short. Like I feel like I didn't get much done.
Are you well rested?
But at the same time, I feel like it took a long time.
Really? Were you looking forward to today or something?
No, it just feels like the weekend was long, but I didn't get much done. I don't know.
That's nice. Are you well rested?
For the most part, yeah.
Anything crazy happen over the weekend with the children's?
Nope. Ellie's still using the big girl potty.
Fantastic.
Very proud of her.
Just a normal potty.
Doesn't
have to be.
It's a big girl potty.
For her, it is.
KJ has discovered his voice somewhat.
Oh.
So he'll just kind of sit there and just go, at us a lot. And he knows how to blow raspberries. So his onesies get soaked in drool very quickly now. But it's cute.
That's fantastic. Fine. All right. As always, 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both of them open for you the whole hour. Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Hit us up on Twitter as well, Nick_Sainert, and at Radio Rico AC. Lot to get to from over the weekend. What a weekend of football. Woo!
It was beautiful.
What a weekend of football.
I thought it was going to, so you had, the 3 previous games before Chiefs Bills all end with the road team kicking a field goal to win the game. I thought it was going to come down to somebody missing a field goal to win the game last night.
What a game by McPherson for Cincinnati. That man, and if what Joe Burrow said
of steel.
What Joe Burrow said about him is true, I love him even more. Well, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship game.
Rookie. Man was feeling himself.
And people were so mad when they took him in the draft because they're like, you're taking a
kicker?
It didn't work for Tampa Bay with that guy from Florida State. What was his name?
I don't remember.
He got drafted high.
The Colts drafted Rodrigo Blankenship out of Georgia.
Yeah,
he's doing pretty well.
He's doing just fine.
Who was the
Florida State kicker?
Because he was a big deal.
Good. Roberto Aguayo.
Aguayo, yep.
That's right. And then his brother.
Wherever he went.
His brother, I think, went to Florida State as well. Roberto Aguayo. Okay, Aguayo.
It was a solid family of kickers.
Brother. Ricky Aguayo. Yeah. He is an American football place kicker. Although being a top prospect, he went undrafted in the 2020 NFL draft.
As most kickers do.
Currently is a free agent, and it plays in the spring league for the Jousters.
Jousters.
Wow. All right, yeah, so broke many records in his college career.
Dude, it's hard for kickers because unless somebody just completely sucks, like you barely get a chance because they can be in the NFL forever.
Well, like look at where it was with Greg Zuerlein and a little bit of Nebraska connections here. Greg Zuerlein, and then now he's fine in Dallas. Like he's doing just fine. But he was with the Rams. Then he hit a cold spot, I believe, and they just let him go.
Sam Cook is still punting for the Ravens.
Sam Cook's punting, but look at like Brett Maher. Brett Maher was doing just fine for the Cowboys, or was doing just fine for the Cowboys. Then hit a giant cold spot, and now he's kicking for the Saints. So it's like things
cold spot cut, floated around,
re-signed,
for a bit.
and now it's fine. Like, let's see what Brett Maher's. Maybe he had a really bad year with the Saints, and I just don't know it.
I mean,
but
Sebastian Janikowski was in the league forever.
Okay,
Adam Vinatieri was in the league forever.
I mean, Brett Maher this year, 16 of 18, after going 20 of 30 last year for the Cowboys.
Pretty solid.
Took a year off. Now, 2021, 16 of 18 for the Saints. So, with a long of...
You would take that.
41? 42. Hit 42 twice.
I wonder if they trust him from any further out,
or did the Saints just never get closer? So, like I said, as always, 402-464-5685. What an unbelievable weekend of football. We'll talk about that as we go along, but I want to start with the Gretna Omaha West Side situation, because Friday night when we after we got off the air and all this, the press releases came out flying.
It was a battle of press releases.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of he said, she said, and all this. Well, Saturday...
We did not turn Gretna in. Yeah. Yes, you did. No, we didn't.
I'm telling you, we did. So, maybe the busiest man in high school sports, one of them, with all the other reporters, I suppose. I talked to Luke Mullen on Saturday morning about the whole Gretna and Omaha West Side thing. And I just recorded our conversation. Well, I asked him about it, and he gave a full rundown of what happened over the course of those couple days. So this is the story. This is what he knows. He's written articles, I believe, on it. And so you can find those at the Lincoln Journal-Star as well. But this is what Luke Mullen had to say kind of on the whole entire Gretna, Omaha West Side situation, what kind of happened. And once again, here's Luke Mullen on that. So let's talk about this whole thing going on, right? Gretna has to vacate this Class A title game, ineligible player, it sounds like. Now, it's kind of turned into a big deal with all these press releases. Give us kind of the lowdown of what happened, and then where are we at now? What's kind of changed, and how has it evolved?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a situation that, continues to unfold. We keep getting some more details out. And, hopefully I'll put together a comprehensive story up here on the Journal-Star in the coming week. So essentially what happened is the player in question, who I will identify. I do feel bad, having his name, repeated in all this news, but it is important, if it was just an unspecific player, I feel like the transparency is important with a decision of this magnitude. So Tyson Boganowski, who started his high school career at Papio South, before this upcoming school year, he transferred to Gretna. And what's interesting is that in the Class A landscape, most of the school districts are open enrollment, which means there is that period before the school year ends where if the school isn't over capacity, if they have room, they will accept quite a few transfers to attend the school despite living outside the district. But Gretna is not open enrollment. So in order to enroll in the school, you have to have residency within the district. So when Boganowski's family, approached Gretna to enroll, obviously they had to prove their residency to the school itself. So there was no issue on Gretna's end. That's why they suited him up for the whole season. Well, it turns out, NSAA gets a complaint in December. Obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth about where that complaint came from. Regardless, NSAA gets the complaint and they check the records and they still have him down with a Papillion address. So, per NSAA rules, that makes him ineligible. He's not an open enrollment qualifier. They haven't received any documentation from Gretna that shows that he lives within a district. So that was the reason why NSAA ruled him ineligible. They made their initial determination. A week later, they come back or 2 weeks later, have the board of director meeting. And it was a very long process. a lot of deliberation to kind of figure out what was happening. But ultimately, they make the decision that they got to uphold it, per their laws. You have to have your players living within the district, or you have to have proof of residence and that open enrollment waiver. So that was kind of the reason why NSA ruled that Gretna must vacate their title.
So thanks again to Luke for kind of going in depth on that. So that's kind of the whole gist of it. I wanted to play that because I know there's been a lot of things swirling around about, like kind of Luke said, the he said, she said, right? That somebody ratted whoever out. Well, the main thing is unfortunately the player's address was listed as in Papillion, and Gretna, being the district and being the type of district it is, just doesn't allow that. So that was unfortunately with the NSAA and everything. It sucks. We talked about it on Friday. It's kind of dumb because Gretna still won the title, but according to the rules, it was not rightfully won. So
dumb.
I mean, that's the thing is like with all these things with Westside, and Gretna was accusing Westside of being the rats or whatever. Like my whole thing on this is, what does Westside gain from doing that? Because it's not like Westside's going to get crowned the champion.
The game never happened.
Yeah, there's just no champion. So I'm not sure, whatever happened, however it happened, here's the deal. There's just no class of 2021 champion or 2021 Class A champion.
Like, I understand it's part of the rules and you should follow the rules and everything. But if you're looking into Gretna's season, and like I said it last week, and I don't want to sound mean or sound like a broken record, but the kid didn't have the strongest impact on the season, and also
he had 6 catches,
the smallest. It's like the smallest little thing. Like I just don't understand how there couldn't be some sort of human element to this, where it's like, yeah, did he transfer schools and didn't put in the right address request form? Yeah, I guess. But was anybody hurt by this? No, not at all. Does he live in Gretna? Yeah, he does. They just didn't get the paperwork in. Like,
I don't know, Rico. Like, you have to draw the line at some point. Like,
well, you can draw the line at some point, but this is just
because then when is it not a human element? Like, when is it not? How is that's all relative. You have to judge on whether or not that affected the season. Like, you have to just do that. Like, you have the NSAA has the rules and you have to follow them. It sucks. Like Gretna, I'm still recognizing them as the 2021 champion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they did not follow the rules to get the paperwork in. So you kind of have to do what you did. You have to. Because if not, then what's it to say somebody else next year is going to break the rules again, the written official rules again, and think, okay, yeah, we can just get away with this. We can win a title. Like at some point you have to like, it was very stupid, and it wasn't the kid's fault. Like Luke talked about, it wasn't the kid's fault.
The breaking of the rules really is just that a paper didn't get turned in by somebody else. Like
that's
from everything we've understood is that the parents turned the paperwork in, that everything was turned in, and everything should have been filed correctly and done.
Mm-hmm.
But completely out of the parents and the football team's hands.
Yeah,
somebody didn't turn the paperwork in. The kid and his dad, whatever, they live in Gretna. Like he has an address in the Gretna school district.
That's what's most frustrating, I think.
They turned in the paperwork to show that they live in Gretna and he would like to transfer to Gretna High School. And somebody within the system somewhere further down didn't file it.
That has no connection to the football program. That has no connection to the family, like immediate connection to the family. It was their job to turn it in.
Like that's the
most frustrating.
That's the type of human element I'm talking about. Like, they turned in the paperwork. I mean, I don't know if there's any way you can go back and see if or when they turned it in, but the paperwork got turned in by the people that needed to turn it in, and then it fell completely out of their hands.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't fall back on the kid, on the family, on the football team. Like that needs to be taken into account. That's what I'm getting at.
That, I suppose I can agree with you on that. We're on the same boat, Rico, where it's frustrating because it was not their fault.
Yeah.
They did what they were supposed to do.
I get it. You follow the rules, whatever. But at a certain point, you can do everything you want. But if somebody else messes up and it's not your fault,
do their job.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah. So I just wanted to get that out there because it's really, interesting because it's something we've never seen in Nebraska high school sports. Nobody's ever had to vacate their championship. And it's just kind of unprecedented. We have never seen it, like I said. So
they still got their medals, so I guess there's that.
Yeah. But like I kind of mentioned on Friday, they're building a new school. You wonder about whether or not that'll dilute talent all in one school, right? So you wonder about that.
They'll probably have to drop down a class.
I was going to say, you would wonder about enrollment numbers if you have to drop down classes. So you obviously Gretna will have opportunities to win other state championships. But with this 4 years of classes, so for these freshmen through seniors, right, it's gone basically. And now they're gone and stuff. So it's just kind of a bummer for them because like Rico and I both agreed with it was out of their hands. So that's the frustrating part on it. But we'll continue to talk about that as I'm sure more stuff will come out about it.
Dumb rule.
Yeah. All right, Rico, something over the weekend, and 402-464-5685. You can chime in on this. Feel free, please. Before we get to Husker football stuff in the next segment, we need to talk about the NBA momentarily.
Do we?
Because Grayson Allen, and this is not just because I'm a Bulls fan. This is not.
It kind of is.
No, it's really not. Because I'm tired of Grayson Allen doing these things. I'm tired of any of these players doing these things. Alex Caruso gets drilled with Grayson Allen's right hand, and I tried to be.
You can't be impartial. You can't.
No, I tried.
You tried. You can't.
I looked at I was watching the replay, watched it over and over. The left hand or the left arm of Grayson Allen, I don't really have a problem with. You can make a case for he was trying to make a play on the ball. The one I have a problem with is his right arm because he comes around and he swings that bad boy and he drills Alex Caruso with his right arm. That's the one I have a problem with. I don't care about his left arm. Left arm, you can make a case for that he was trying to poke the ball away.
Wasn't the right arm the first one that hit?
No, I believe the left arm play.
He came through
and then he spun around
and then spun.
Yeah, so
maybe.
he was coming this way, hit the left. If you're on the video stream, you're watching me act it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
So it's like I'm gonna stand up for this.
Please show everybody.
So he was like tried to swipe at the ball up here. Caruso kind of flipped, and Grayson Allen's right arm comes around and drills him in the side or in the back or whatever. But here's the thing: it's like Grayson Allen has a history of this, and now this is where my Bulls fandom plays a part. We are the Chicago Bulls, a top 3 seed currently in the East. I changed it. A top 3 seed currently in the East. And now they have lost Lonzo Ball last week for a couple weeks. They have lost Alex Caruso. And it doesn't matter if you have an MVP candidate in DeMar DeRozan. You're the Chicago Bulls led by head coach Billy Donovan.
Okay. I'm rewatching the video. He goes for the
Rico,
ball.
Don't be on this side of it's not that bad of a foul.
He goes for the ball with the left hand, and then he swipes the right hand around to try to get the ball again.
No, Rico,
he doesn't grab him.
Stop.
He never grabbed him. Honestly, if
He
you're
drilled him.
if you're angry about something, the left hand is what turned Alex Caruso's body. The right hand just smacked his other arm.
I need to watch
the left. So when he goes up with the left hand and goes for the ball and like hits his arm and like brings it down. And that's what moves Caruso's body. The right arm smacks his other wrist.
Maybe that's
the right arm does nothing. The left arm, and that one's the one that's playing the ball. The right arm is just a smack. The right arm did nothing.
So we're watching it here. Yeah, okay, maybe that's it.
The
maybe,
left arm
I just didn't like how
it's the play on the ball. It's just the fact that he was going up hard, like Caruso was going up hard, and the angle that Grayson Allen got him at, and the fact that he completely missed the ball, just completely turned Caruso's.
Maybe
body.
my problem is that
you don't like Grayson Allen.
No,
and he has a history of being a dirty player.
Well, it's the history that's a big thing for me, but also second, the right arm swinging anyway. There, like he knows. I don't know, man.
It's one of those where he got him with the left arm. He fouled him. He knew he fouled him, and the right arm is to prevent the and one. It's to make sure he can't get the shot off. But the left arm, the first hit, which I don't think is the one that people are actually angry about. I think they're angry about the right hand, not realizing that it didn't do anything. The left arm is the one that turns Caruso from going straight up to sideways, where he slams on his side and breaks his wrist.
Yep. So now he's out 4 to 6. And Grayson Allen gets suspended for 1 game.
Look, man, if this was in the 90s, everyone would have said, great foul, make him earn it at the line. But the fact that it's,
I think the biggest part is that it's
2022.
Grayson Allen has the history. I'm all for physical basketball. I'm all for it. But there's a line.
The Detroit Pistons had a history and nobody cared.
Man, you're telling me that that's physical that's
physical basketball right there. Bro, people got clotheslined.
We're not in the 1980s, Rico. If anything,
Kareem punched a guy in the ribs. That wasn't even a basketball play. Dude didn't even have the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of got a little annoyed because now Lonzo Ball is out.
Shaquille O'Neal wrapped his legs around some dude's neck and then pushed him down.
Yeah. I just didn't like it because now
one of your players is hurt.
Because Lonzo Ball is out. We just get Alex Caruso back from the health and safety protocol, and bam, headband man is out.
Well,
for 4 to 6 weeks.
Sucks to suck.
It does. How are your Knicks?
They won. Pretty big.
Just last night?
Yeah.
First win on the season, baby.
I think they're back to 500, actually. They had really good showing. Cam Reddish got in for the first time.
That's good.
Got his first bucket. RJ Barrett is finding his groove. Julius Randle is realizing he doesn't need to take all the shots, which is actually helping a lot. He's spreading his game out, and it looks pretty good.
402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Sutter Heyman text line. Feel free to contribute to the show all hour long. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, Nebraska football, they received a transfer from a defensive back over the weekend who has a little bit of accolades to his name, but then they also lost Wyndon Hohuli on Friday afternoon. So what does that do with the scholarships? We'll dive into that. I'll update you kind of on the scholarship numbers, where Nebraska football stands, and we'll do that next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now what do? Football is over. The weather's crappy. Man, I tell you what, it's a perfect time to go car shopping. This is Carl from Price Right Auto. Come out to Price Right in Westo, and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. With our non-commissioned sales process, we let you control the sale. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our peace of mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of affordable used cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Koppel Chevrolet GMC. New vehicle production has been increasing, but the lots will not be filling up anytime soon. In fact, most vehicles are being pre-sold and are leaving the same week as they arrive. If you want your new Chevrolet or GMC, this is a great time to build a vehicle and place an order. Our sales team will work right with you to build the exact vehicle you want. At Koppel, we appreciate your business and sell vehicles at a fair price. So come check us out or visit us online at koppelcars.com.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York, so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SEC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Sponsored by SAMHSA and Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, Ticket listeners, it's Cristiano Simonetta, the voice of the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and I for Outside the Box every Tuesday from 8 to 9 p.m. talking Stars, hockey, and more. Outside the Box every Tuesday from 8 to 9 p.m.
Security First Bank. We're the bank, and we make your mortgage more manageable with flexible terms, trusted advice, and competitive rates. When you work with us, we'll know your name, but we'll also get to know your home dreams too. Security First Bank of Lincoln. Voted best small bank in Nebraska by Newsweek magazine. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 505011.
They say one great thing leads to another. And that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a ready next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys basketball on Thursday, Lincoln High won over Norfolk 65-52. Vincent Garrett for Lincoln High led all scorers with 23 points. Lincoln Lutheran edged out a win over Archbishop Bergen 49-48. Lincoln Northeast won over Lincoln Southwest 55-51. Xander Beard helped push them to a win with 21 points. Switching to girls basketball, Fremont dominated in their game against Lincoln Southeast 81-41. McGabe for Fremont would end the game with 33 points. Lincoln High beat Norfolk 60-31, and Waverly won over Wahoo in double overtime 47-45. In recent news, Gretna has been stripped of its 2021 state football championship title by the NSAA Board of Directors for having an ineligible player on their roster. Gretna will have to return the state trophy, but individual medals will not be required to be given back. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
This is Dan Friedman. In recent years, over 1/3 of all Nebraska traffic crashes have been caused by drivers aged 15 to 19. If you're a teen driver, don't become another statistic. Keep your eyes on the road. And if you're a parent, please remember that safe driving habits start with you. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices. For almost 60 years, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Temps will peak near noon at around 40, but begin to fall this afternoon behind a strong cold front. North winds gusting 15 to 25. Overnight, partly cloudy, low all the way down to around 9. Much colder for our Tuesday. Partly sunny skies with an afternoon high of only 23. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Happy Hour on a Monday, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Enrico with you as always. 402-464-5685. Give us a call, text us, whatever you want to do. We'll let it be known to the world. All right, Nebraska over the weekend got a transfer from Northern Iowa defensive back, Omar Brown. He is 6'1", 200 pounds. He was the FCS Freshman of the Year in 2019. Obviously, FCS, they didn't play football in 2020. He started all 7 games in the shortened 2021 spring season and then rounded it out with 7 starts in the fall before having his season ended with an injury. Omar Brown has 2 years of eligibility remaining. So I asked myself, where does that leave Nebraska?
I love it.
They lost Wyndon Hohuli to the transfer portal. So now they only have 17 scholarship linebackers.
Oh, no.
8 outside, 9 inside.
What are they ever going to do?
Yeah, which at outside linebacker especially, they're going to be just fine. They have Caleb Tanner and Feldarius Payne, who are 2 seniors, and then Garrett Nelson, who is a junior. So that's 3 guys just at outside linebacker that you feel comfortable
I think
about.
you're pretty
We
set.
we haven't seen Javen Wright all that much just because he's been battling an injury. But then we even saw some Blaze Gunnarsson towards the end of the year, and he's only a redshirt freshman. So,
Blaze,
yeah, really cool.
Such a great name.
And when we got his commitment, it was a big deal. Blaze Gunnarsson.
It was a big win.
So at outside linebacker, you feel good. At inside linebacker, same there as well. You have Kolarvik and Eteva Maga Clements, who are 2 seniors. Luke Reimer is a junior. And then behind him, it's Nick Henrich. And then you kind of have a jumble of Garrett Snodgrass, Makai Gabayer, Seth Malcolm, Randolph Kapai from South Dakota.
I forget about Seth Malcolm.
Yeah, small school in Iowa.
That was a win, kind of. Yeah, that was a win. Was it 8-man?
Yeah. Ernest Hausman then from Columbus as well.
Technically, Luke Reimer's a COVID sophomore.
I don't know. This has him as junior.
Because his freshman year was the COVID year. And so that doesn't count. Then last year was his freshman year. So he's a junior school-wise.
Let me check my sources here.
But he's a sophomore football-wise.
We'll see. Let's see. I'm going to check what the Journal Star
because he was a
has as well.
walk-on COVID freshman.
Journal Star has him as a junior as well.
Really?
Yeah. So either way,
whatever.
You feel good about what's in the linebacker room. They got 17 guys there on scholarship. Now defensive back, it gets a little interesting. Travis Fisher agreed to another year of a contract extension, so now he goes through December 31st of 2023, just like every single other assistant. So there's consistency there. But they've gained a couple commitments over the last couple days. Obviously, Omar Brown, we talked about Javier Morton the other day. Tommy Hill's also a guy that they added over the course of the transfer portal season. But Omar Brown, 2 years of eligibility remaining, so he's a redshirt junior. Like I mentioned, he is now FCS Freshman of the Year in 2019. Didn't play in 2020, obviously, because of the pandemic. Had all seven starts in the spring season in 2021, and then started 7 games as well in 2021, the fall season, before he got injured and out. So numbers for defensive back rooms, they have 7 guys on scholarship at safety, and the leaders in that room are, or age-wise leaders, I should say, redshirt sophomore Miles Farmer, redshirt sophomore Noah Pola-Gates, Isaac Gifford, and JUCO transfer from Hutch, Deshaun Singleton. At cornerback, they have now 10 guys on scholarship at cornerback, because Omar Brown is going to be playing cornerback here in Nebraska. The 4 oldest guys in that room: Braxton Clark, a redshirt junior; Quentin Newsom, a true junior; Tyreek Johnson, a redshirt junior; and now Omar Brown, redshirt junior. So they
don't you just love it when you don't have any seniors?
Yeah, they don't.
Like, it could be a good thing.
Those
but it
4
could be a
guys,
bad thing.
those 4 guys in your cornerback room are your oldest guys in the entire defensive secondary.
I don't hate that 4. As rotating.
I don't know if
rotating
it's
4.
I don't know if it's almost you don't like it. It's more of just unproven talent.
Well,
right?
Braxton Clark, we've seen.
I don't know,
not enough, but we've seen him a decent amount of times to kind of know what we're gonna get. Obviously, you would hope that they get better, but for the most part, Braxton Clark, I feel pretty good about throwing him out there. Quentin Newsom.
Well, Quentin Newsom's played a lot, but it's more of, is Quentin Newsom ready to be the Cam Taylor Britt of that room?
True.
It's
just who's ready to take over that one spot.
Is a guy like Miles Farmer ready to be Deontay Williams?
Yeah.
Or better, right? Because we're not talking about those guys necessarily getting picked 2nd, 3rd round in the draft.
No. Well, that's also, they haven't started. They haven't played.
You're right. So there's so many questions to answer about does
Tyreek Johnson
does Tyreek
the Ohio
Johnson
State
here?
5-star that we heard so much about?
Yeah. Now, and in the couple articles that I read about Omar Brown, they always boasted about his play against Iowa State and stuff. So one article that I read made it very clear. He made 7 tackles against Iowa State, so he can play at this level. Well, that's great, but is he ready to be the guy? Like, there's a difference between being an accomplice where last year Quentin Newsom played well next to Cam Taylor-Britt, next to whoever else you want to throw out there, Markel Dismuke, Deontay Williams in that secondary. But when is Omar Brown ready to be the guy that against Michigan under the lights, you're getting thrown at every single time like Cam Taylor-Britt was and making plays?
Well, sometimes you see guys, I believe Braxton Clark was opposite of Cam Taylor-Britt for most of the season.
That's
so
right.
you see, he got tested more than Cam Taylor-Britt did because teams understood we're not going to throw to 5 side. We're going to go to this other side. We're going to throw at Braxton Clark, or we're going to, have our number 1 lineup on this side, our number 2 lineup on this side, and we're going to have him go one-on-one with this guy. So he was tested plenty last season, and I'm not going to, sit up here and pretend like he didn't get beat or he didn't give up some big plays, but it's not like he was getting burned every single time out there. So he held up his own side of the bargain. He held up his side of the field for a solid amount of time. Now it's just going to see, all right, who's going to take over that other side of the field? And is there going to be a person that teams don't want to throw at, or are teams going to feel comfortable throwing to whatever side of the field? And if that's the case, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
Well,
because you'll have somebody that maybe, doesn't get thrown at a lot, and teams start feeling pretty comfortable throwing over there for whatever reason. You start making more plays. They throw to the other side. Maybe that person starts making more plays. So it's kind of a give and take right there, where you're not really sure exactly what you're going to get. But at the same time, at least one of these guys has been tested, game in and game out last season.
Well, and with all that being said, we're not saying that a guy below them, like younger than them, can step up. I mean, Tommy Hill's had a little bit of experience at Arizona State. Javier Morton comes in from junior college. Tamon lineup. Tamon, right? Tamon. I believe it's Tamon.
I'm not going to correct you because I don't know.
Tamon Lineham, a Nebraska recruit who is now a redshirt freshman. Been here 3 years.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. Think about that. It's wild. But he's been here 3 years and barely seen the field, if any, maybe on special teams, right? So does he step up? Is this his big year? Because if you truly think about it, I mean, last year we always talked about how experienced the secondary was. So maybe those guys younger than them, it wasn't the fact that they weren't ready. They just weren't as polished as Deontay Williams, as Markel Dismuke, as Cam Taylor-Britt, right? And that's why they're getting invites to senior bowls and to the NFL combine and all that good stuff. So a lot of questions, and we'll continue this discussion as we go along, but a lot of questions in the secondary room, right? Guys stepping up as whoever ready to be the next Deontay Williams, stuff like that.
It's kind of like the running back room. You've got a lot of bodies. You've got a lot of talent, but who's going to step up and make
and there's still a guy that they're going after, Trevante Citizen, the former LSU commit.
Is he a 4-star
down
in Louisiana?
4-star, I believe. If I remember correctly, please don't quote me on this, 131st best player in the country or something.
That's a pretty good
number.
number.
Would that be Nebraska's highest recruit this year?
Yes. I'm going to go with yes.
So he's 124 or 98th best player nationally.
Ooh, 100% yes.
So absolutely. Okay, so how close would it be? Husker 24/7.
Who is their best recruit this season? I was going to say DeColdis, but he's a 3-star.
Yeah. Okay, commitments.
Oh,
yikes. It is a defensive back.
Defensive back.
Yep.
Oh, no, I know this.
From New Jersey.
Yeah. Jaden Gold.
Yep. Nice work. So, like, that's one of those things that when we're talking about the secondary, there's excitement because you bring in a guy like Jaden Gould. So you're like, okay, well, they're building the depth, right? And next to him, you have Malcolm Hartzog as well. So you're building depth as we go along. But Jaden Gould, 246th best player nationally, according to the recruiting sites, Husker 24/7.
That's top 250.
And Trevante, I want to make sure there's a T in that name. What is going on? I believe it's Trevante Citizen. So
that's a great last name.
Yeah, Trevante Citizen. So right now, 98th best player, limited his schools to top 8 the other day as well, and Nebraska was a part of it. And signing day is coming up. I don't know the day, honestly. Wednesday, February 2nd. That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
It's not in 2 days, but next Wednesday. So That decision will be coming on here shortly, and we'll see if they decide to add anything more. But if you want the full list of all the additions and all that good stuff, I know Huskers.com updated that as well. The official, they are now including DeAndre Jackson. They have 92 scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
There's 85 by kickoff on August 28th.
Gonna have to have some attrition.
Yep. That's all included. That's completely up to date. Like I said, that's some sites that I've looked at have DeAndre Jackson not listed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's something there. But even so, even if DeAndre Jackson is not a part of this or is not on scholarship,
Still
maybe
over.
they could take a Jaquez Yant approach with it. Say, hey, come on over, get your grades right. We'll get you a scholarship. But as of right now, he's not on scholarship, so I guess the number would drop to 91.
Could be one of those where they're waiting on Trevante's commitment.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
If he commits to Nebraska. I'm not saying this is what they're going to do.
You're breaking news.
Stop. No, we're not doing that. I'm not saying this is what they're going to do. I'm just saying it is a possibility where if they get Citizens' commitment, they tell somebody else that may not be here on campus just yet, hey, we don't need you. That's not unheard of. Teams do that.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do Nick's Trivia. Call down 402-464-5685, $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. It's Husker baseball related today. They start official practice this week.
Nice.
So it's Husker baseball, and I'll say this too. It's related to their first opponent. We'll do that. We'll ask the question. Call now, 402-464-5685. $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge next up on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Fox KFXL weather, sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Temps will peak near noon at around 40, but begin to fall this afternoon behind a strong cold front. North winds gusting 15 to 25. Overnight, partly cloudy, low all the way down to around 9. Much colder for our Tuesday. Partly sunny skies with an afternoon high of only 23. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Sponsored by SAMHSA and Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Dan Friedman. In recent years, over 1/3 of all Nebraska traffic crashes have been caused by drivers aged 15 to 19. If you're a teen driver, don't become another statistic. Keep your eyes on the road. And if you're a parent, please remember that safe driving habits start with you. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices. For almost 60 years, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Old School with DP and J.
And I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively for one guy to make a mistake, whether it's being out of your gap, forgetting the blitz, for getting a check on offense, for getting the snap count. In college, it might be explosive play, 15 yards, whatever you deem as explosive play. The pros,
all of them are house.
All of them are. The guy will hit his head on the goalpost.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Security First Bank. We're the bank, and we make your mortgage more manageable with flexible terms, trusted advice, and competitive rates. When you work with us, we'll know your name, but we'll also get to know your home dreams too. Security First Bank of Lincoln. Voted best small bank in Nebraska by Newsweek magazine. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 505011.
This is Dan Friedman. In recent years, over 1/3 of all Nebraska traffic crashes have been caused by drivers aged 15 to 19. If you're a teen driver, don't become another statistic. Keep your eyes on the road. And if you're a parent, please remember that safe driving habits start with you. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices. For almost 60 years, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
And now a limerick from the world of Yum.
There once was a man in a bind. He's got the best wife in all mankind. And with Valentine's Day not that far away, he needs the greatest gift he can find. Jewelry can be hit or miss, and that vacuum was quickly dismissed. Flowers, they die. Homemade, don't be that guy. But what about that bakery in Beatrice? Liqueur cakes, you'll eat every crumb. Fruit cakes made with brandy, bourbon, and rum. And those chocolate cake squares. Do I have to drive you there? Get yourself to the world of Yum.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SCC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, call now.
Look what you started. Simba's on the line. He said breaking Rico news. No, we're not doing that. No breaking news here. Rico doesn't break news. He only reports it.
Nice work. Call now, 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline. $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. It's Nick's Trivia. I need to know. So Nebraska baseball, they start their season February 18th.
Woohoo!
Against Sam Houston. Formerly Sam Houston State.
Sam Houston State sounds cooler. They should go back to it.
I need to know Sam Houston's mascot. So go ahead and get your Googling fingers out.
Google. Go out and get to the Googly.
Get your Googling fingers rolling. Google Sam Houston baseball. Make sure you say baseball mascot.
Is it different?
I don't know, but just clarify.
Their colors are orange and blue. There's probably more specifics to that.
If you don't know how to spell Sam Houston, go to Nebraska baseball schedule and click on it, and it'll take you to their website.
If you don't know how to spell Sam Houston, there might be something
there
wrong
might be
with
something else.
Sam.
Houston.
That's a name. Houston.
City.
It's also a name, but it's a city.
So call now, 402-464-5685. 8-5. There's a little bit of news out of the Major League Baseball.
Are they back?
No.
Dang it.
They met today. No deal is done. But good news. They're meeting again tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And they're
So
talking.
no deal can be done again.
And they're talking for more than 3 minutes. They're actually having meetings today.
Wow. So
And
proud
tomorrow.
So proud of them.
So, all right.
Come on,
Is this-
people.
are
Are
we
you
gonna- are we
serious?
gonna make this an easier-
What are you
There's
doing?
somebody-
There
there's
we
somebody.
go.
We gotta-
What are we
gotta
doing right
ring
now?
it so Big Sky can
What are we doing?
let people know.
It's a simple question. It's very Googleable.
I should just switch it up and what's the Huskers logo? Go. They'd be thrown off.
What is Nebraska baseball ranked in the opening top 25?
There's a lot of polls out there. Never realized there are so many baseball polls.
Oh yeah, there's no official one.
All right, let's head up to Gabe. Gabe, how's your day going, man?
Not too bad. Almost
Good.
off work.
That's awesome, man.
How'd your Googling go, Gabe?
It went pretty well.
Awesome. So I need to know Sam Houston's mascot.
It's Sammy Bearcat.
Okay, now time out. How do you spell Bearcats?
Bearcat.
I'm going to give it to you because that was not part of the question, but Sam Houston's is spelled with a K. But Gabe, congratulations.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know, a little twist. I just had to because you Googled it, but no, it's all good, man. I'm just joking. $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge is yours. Gabe, appreciate you playing. Hang on the line, Big Sky. We'll get your information. The Sam Houston Bearcats.
Anytime we ask a question and it takes more than 3 minutes for somebody to call in, I'm going to ask them how their Googling went. And if they
It's
get
fine.
upset
Like,
that I
it's-
asked them
like,
that
it's no
question,
problem.
I don't care.
Like, it's no problem, man. Like, you
can Google it.
I'm not too worried. Like, I'm seriously not worried about it.
I am. This game needs to have some sort of integrity. This means something.
Respect the game.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Respect the game show.
Out here walking across the pitcher's mound. What are you doing?
Stepping on foul lines.
Taking a shot with less than 2 seconds left and you're up by 10. What's going on?
Oh, that's
how dare you not kneel it down and you run the ball. You're already winning the game.
So while we're talking about football right there, we have about a minute left. Rico, Billy Napier in Florida have been busy.
Have they? I've not been paying attention.
Guess how many people they have hired since they took over after their bowl game?
5.
Not even close.
What?
Billy Napier has hired 46 people.
I'm sorry, what?
And 29 off the field hires.
What spots are being hired? What is happening?
So they just made a hire today, and this is why I looked it up, because this graphic had been coming up.
Excuse me.
Across my timeline quite a bit. I'm gonna find it here. We got 20 seconds. We're fine.
What in the?
We're gonna load.
What in the turkey vulture?
So here it is. They just hired on January 21st Corey Bell for quality control in the running back room. There you go, folks. Talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Adios.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've